Or is there something better that rhymes with 1? James Gunn 1.
James Gunn 1.
Drew 2. Bree 3. Stumped at 4.
Yeah.
5.
Clive 5.
Clive 5.
Rick 6.
Rick 6.
Devin 7.
Vic
or
6.
Vic 6. Devin 7.
Devin
Kate
7.
8. 9?
We just won't use that one.
Yeah. Nothing's gonna get a 9.
Ben. 10. Bertine 13. I love how I can just say anything that rhymes with a number and it'll make you laugh.
Maureen 14.
All the teens are just gonna be the same.
I know.
Oh man. Are you ready to talk about this movie?
Of course, baby. I'm always ready.
Welcome to the Off the Shelf.
I can do this all day.
Oh no, just interrupt me when I'm doing the intro. That's fine.
I apologize.
And with that line too. Oh man. Welcome to the Off the Shelf podcast, where we take books off of any shelf and talk about them, but today we're talking about a movie.
Today.
Yeah, my name is Josh.
I'm Vinny.
And we're talking about the Doctor Strange March Madness movie. What is it
Multiverse
called?
of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness, the mom movie.
The mom movie, released on the Mother's Day weekend, all about the magic of mothers.
Okay, so give us a scene-by-scene breakdown of the movie.
Okay, so it starts with a drone shot.
I knew you were going to say that.
So Doctor Strange 2 Madness, or Multiverse of Madness, follows Doctor Strange as he meets a new character, America Chavez, and deal with the Scarlet Witch because she's trying to find her kids in another universe.
Yeah.
And she gets her hands on The Darkhold, which is an
grimy
evil
little dirty hands.
Yeah, it's the unpublished book by R.L. Stein.
Yeah.
And it will help her dreamwalk into another universe. And dreamwalking is like inhabiting yourself, but from another universe. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange... just cut me off while I'm explaining the plot of the movie. Okay. Now what's up?
So they establish in the movie that alternate realities are experienced through your dreams.
Yeah.
So can't you just lucid dream? Like, just learn how to lucid dream and it's the same thing as dream walking.
That's not cool.
I don't care if it's cool. Alright, this is going to contain some spoilers.
Oh yeah, we're going to spoil the full movie.
Yeah.
So what were your what were your initial thoughts after the movie ended?
Okay. Well, after
I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
And this is your first time seeing it.
It felt really empty to me. I don't know. I didn't feel like...
Are you happy?
Complete from watching it,
you
know?
Are you happy?
I'm not happy. I'm on such a burnout from Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I just can't care about it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help, and this is my biggest problem with the entire movie, is that none of the characters really have strong motives.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing here?
Okay.
Wanda's main motive is that she wants to see her kids, right? Which I get. Yeah. Sure, she's a parent. She wants to see her kids. Fine, whatever. But, there's other ways.
Yeah,
right? You don't have to...
Meet a nice man who's
not
a
robot.
robot.
Have to. Go to a freaking sperm bank.
Yeah, or an orphanage.
Artificial insemination.
Yeah.
Adoption. There's other ways to have kids.
Well, she wants those kids.
It's not her fault. It's her fault she married a robot.
Yeah.
Right?
So, okay.
That's her entire motive.
Yeah.
Is something that's
completely her fault.
Yeah. Then she destroys worlds for no reason.
So okay. You didn't watch WandaVision, you watched some of it.
Yeah.
So Wanda has lost Vision and her kids. So I understand her being pretty mad about it. But I feel like in this movie
she made the kids. It's her imagination.
Yeah. But I feel like even though she's been through that, even if the kids were real to her, it's very because Doctor Strange comes to her and is like, "Hey, I need your help," and she's like, "I'm the villain, by the way."
Yeah.
And he's
that's what she says.
He's like, "Oh wait, never mind," and she's like, "I'm going to destroy everything," immediately. And I'm like, okay, maybe
she doesn't even try.
No.
To trick him even.
She's immediately "This is my not even last resort. This is my first resort to be the villain of the movie, which, I don't know, I feel like could have used a few more, maybe scenes or a little more. Yeah. Like,
first of all, you get thrown into the movie. I didn't even know the movie started when it did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is it. Mm-hmm. This is the movie. It started.
Yeah. I kind of like that, because it just, like, immediately is like, all right, we're in it, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
But first time I did watch it, I was like, what's going on? Who is this young girl?
Yeah.
Also, I find it weird that... So the first lines in the movie are in Spanish, because America Chavez is Spanish.
Which is cool.
Which is fine, yeah. I actually think she was pretty okay in the movie.
Yeah, me too.
I thought... I like her... I think she works in the plot of the movie. I think it's, like... So, the first few lines of the movie are Spanish. But rarely in the movie does she speak Spanish again.
She does, she says, like, one word in Spanish two other times.
And I don't know. It was kind of... First time I watched it, I was like, did I enter a Spanish theater?
Like,
because I didn't watch this near here.
Yeah.
I was like upstate when I watched this, and I was like, oh god, did I enter the wrong theater?
I feel like it... Okay. Another big problem I have with the movie... Not to just keep talking about problems, but it was a weird movie for me.
Yeah.
And that is that in the comics, Doctor Strange is, like, extremely wise, and he's knowledgeable about the universe and things that are going on. And in this movie, and in the other movies too, he's kind of a dimwit.
He's, like, arrogant.
He's arrogant and kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like, he never knows what's going on.
No.
What's going on? It's like, you should know. Like, this is your entire life.
The movie starts, and America and Doctor Strange are looking for the Vishanti.
Yeah.
Right? And in this movie, Doctor Strange is like, the Vishanti? Like, that's a made-up thing. Like, normal comic Doctor Strange is like, oh yeah, the Vishanti. Like, I know everything about that. You know? And even Wong is like, yeah, bro, the Vishanti. Like, you know?
How does Wong know more about the, like...
Yeah, like, honestly...
Hasn't Doctor Strange read every single book?
Yeah, what? Like, I don't know. But I think America Chavez is good.
Yeah.
I do like her powers, even though I do feel like at the end, where she just, like, tries really hard to use them better, it's a little weak. Like, not her powers are weak, but just, like, the storytelling.
Yeah.
Just how she clenches her fists and tries really hard, and she
wishes on a magic star.
Literally.
Yeah.
She makes magic stars.
Yeah.
I think it's, like, a visually cool looking
It is,
way.
But the thing for me is, like, I hate the trope that's like, this character can't do it until the very end when they have to do it. It's like, okay, we get it.
It's like every movie.
Yeah.
Like every movie I've ever watched, the character can't do something until the end.
To get, like, okay, right, sure. How did they get to that point?
Yeah.
They didn't. They had no progression through the entire movie.
Not really, no.
So it's kind of not earned.
Yeah, like she didn't really train.
No, she didn't train. She didn't even try up until that very point.
Part of me, sorry to cut you off.
No, that's why I said that's
part of me kind of likes that this movie is like really fast paced. Like the characters are always moving and stuff. Like there's no time to sit around. Mm-hmm. But another part of me is like the pacing in this movie feels really bad.
It does, yeah.
Because parts are like really fast, and then other parts are like kind of slow. And towards like before the third act, or like in the beginning of the third act, I'm kind of like, okay, can we get to it?
There is a good bit of filler, I feel like, in this.
There's not much of a madness in the multiverse. It's more like they fall through the multiverse. They go to like two universes. Yeah, so what are things you liked about the movie?
There were a lot of cool moments sprinkled in there.
I agree.
They were surrounded by things that made me laugh out loud because they were ridiculous and silly.
Yeah.
But there were cool moments. Mm-hmm. You know, I love Doctor Strange. I think he's a cool character, but he's kind of played for jokes a lot in this. Which I feel
like a lot of Marvel characters in the movies are just played for jokes. Because
it doesn't sell unless
it's
they're saying jokes the entire time. Yeah.
As a fan of Doctor Strange, who's read not like every Doctor Strange comic, but like a decent amount, there are a lot of things for Doctor Strange fans. So here's some more spoilers. We already mentioned the Darkhold and the Vishanti. Those are things from the comics. They're pretty much what they are in the movie. Yeah. One book is bad, one book good. Like, it's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange gets his third eye in the movie. there's an evil Doctor Strange, Sinister Strange, I think they call him.
Okay.
Who has the third eye.
Yeah.
And they have this music fight.
I thought that was stupid. That was so stupid. What was that?
Okay, I thought it was cool, but went on too long. Like, it should have been like, he lifts the notes off the page and throws them at him, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know? It went on really long.
And then he adds one note, and that's it. That's what solves. It's like,
yeah.
Why?
I feel like it was kind of just an excuse for
the spells you know. Why are you doing
I feel like it was an excuse for Danny Elfman to go crazy on the soundtrack.
Just play random keys. Yeah.
Which part of me is like, that's kind of fun, but another part of me is like, it's not necessary.
They had like a Voldemort Harry Potter fight.
Yeah.
Where they're like both casting the same spell at each other, but one's a different color.
Yeah. So the big things surrounding this movie are the cameos, right?
Yeah.
Everyone expected Ghost Rider and Tom Cruise Iron Man and Tobey Maguire and like all these crazy cameos, Hugh Jackman Wolverine. None of them are in the movie. And I'm kind of happy.
Yeah.
They're not, because it's just too much. Because there's a lot in this movie, but it also kind of feels like there's very little in the movie at the same time. So the cameos in the movie are the Illuminati. And they show in the trailers the Illuminati. They don't show the members, but they show Baron Mordo and Professor X, played by Sir Patrick Stewart. Mm-hmm. You don't see his face in the trailers, but you hear his voice and everything. So the cameos in the movie, there are like 5 or 6. You get Baron Mordo, Professor Xavier sporting his gold wheelchair thing from the cartoon.
It's hilarious.
You get Captain Marvel, who is Maria Rambeau. Captain Carter, who is Peggy Carter from the What If show.
She's got a jetpack.
Oh, I did not like the jetpack. I think it looks really silly. And then
like the
two
Mandalorian.
Yeah. And then the 2 cameos for me that I did really enjoy was Black Bolt. I think Black Bolt was kind of cool in the movie. And John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. Yeah. I'm a big Mr. Fantastic Four guy, so seeing Mr. Fantastic, I was like, I love the costume. I think the costume looks really good. I like his beard. And Mr. Fantastic mentions incursions, which are a big Marvel thing in comics like Infinity and Jonathan Hickman's run, and they lead to Secret Wars, which eventually we'll talk about on the show. I think the cameos are a little underwhelming because they're around for so short of a time.
Yeah.
And it left me wanting more. So, again, spoilers. Scarlet Witch dreamwalks and enters another version of herself and kills all of the Illuminati. Yeah. In, like, horrific ways. Which is kind of cool.
It is cool.
And
I like some of the ways that she does it.
She, like, gets rid of Black Bolt's mouth.
Yeah, which is cool.
And then shreds Mr. Fantastic. The other ones are, like, whatever. I think Captain Carter getting sliced in half. I like that.
I like that, too.
And the other 2 were kind of whack, in my opinion. Captain Marvel just gets a rock dropped on her, and then Professor X gets his neck snapped. Yeah. And I didn't like that. I wish they did that a little better.
I feel like none of the deaths are really earned.
Yeah. Because it's like, we just got them, so we didn't have enough time to care. Yeah. And I guess it's really just for the comic people who are like, whoa, Mr. Fantastic! No, Mr. Fantastic!
It was like the scene in Invincible where Omni-Man's killing all the heroes.
Everybody.
But in that, like, you know the characters, right? You've had an episode to care about them.
This you had like 3 minutes.
This you had
barely.
Barely
3 minutes, including the deaths.
So it's like, why do I care? It's just filler. Yeah. It's like, oh, I know these characters. Oh,
part of me feels like, okay, so here's my theory. Yeah. They definitely wanted to have, like, Baron Mordo and Captain Marvel and Captain Carter in the movie. Maybe Black Bolt. But I know they did reshoots for the movie, and I definitely feel like they added Mr. Fantastic and Professor X at, like, the last second. Yeah.
Really?
At least Mr. Fantastic. Maybe they always had Patrick Stewart in mind.
I think they probably did, yeah.
But Mr. Fantastic, even though I'd love to see him I don't know. It felt like they were just like, okay, everyone's gonna want this. So here he is, and now he's cheese. You know, he's shredded cheese.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
She put him through one of those Play-Doh things.
Yeah. She made ramen noodles out of the guy. But as for like how he looks and acted, even though he had very little time, I like him as Mr. Fantastic. Like, he's the popular fan cast. So, like, yeah. You know, I can't really think of anyone else who
He didn't stretch at all, did he?
He stretched a little.
Like, to move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he jumped down and he was all stretchy. And then he went to stretch out and then he got shredded. Like, I wish he'd put up more of a fight.
That's what
Like, if he fought a little bit, like,
like, they're all just standing around watching each other die.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Like,
it's actually really depressing.
The smartest people in the entire multiverse have come together.
Yeah.
And none of them can defeat this lady who wants her kids? Like, okay.
I feel like...
And then she gets defeated by a girl who just learned how to use her power.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, if Mr. Fantastic can stop Galactus, then
bro,
he should be able to stop, Scarlet Witch.
In the comics, Galactus is eating the planet.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fantastic, Galactus has like a ship or something, and he goes into the ship and grabs this thing called the Ultimate Nullifier, which will destroy the universe. And Mr. Fantastic says, "Go home, Galactus, or I will kill everything!" And Galactus is like, okay. And he leaves.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Fantastic should have did something like that.
He should have done something big brain.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's his whole thing.
Yeah.
He's the smartest guy in the entire universe, right?
Like, I know a lot of people are like, what a smart guy, he gave away Black Bolt's power. But also, I feel like she would have did that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that's his power, so take it away. You know? Like, it doesn't matter if Mr. Fantastic said anything about it.
It might have, because she's never seen him before.
I guess.
He could have just been like, nope. She's out of existence, you know?
I don't know. Well, either way. He would have died.
Yeah. But, like, you didn't even get to see him try.
No.
You know?
Like, if they tried a little harder. Like, like if there was a little fight between all of them, it would have been cool. Even, so, since, like, Benedict Cumberbatch plays every Doctor Strange in the multiverse, I'm willing to bet that John Krasinski's going to come back for normal Reed Richards, and the Black Bolt guy's going to come back for normal Black Bolt. The guy that played Black Bolt also played him in the Inhumans TV show.
Oh, really?
But
I
that
didn't
show,
even know there was one.
There was for like 8 episodes, and then got canceled because it sucked.
Okay.
And he didn't wear a costume. Like, he wore like a jacket or something. Didn't have a mask or anything. It was really bad. For Lockjaw, they just got a pug and then just enlarged him, and it looked really bad. Like, just this green screen pug, just like
that's epic.
It's kind of epic. I love Lockjaw. I want to see him in the movies.
Yeah.
I think some of the magic stuff was cool. Like, when Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange are fighting, even though I do wish there was like a big fight between them at the end, where like just crazy magic shit was happening. But when they do have like their little tussles in the movie, I think they're kind of cool.
Yeah. I
like when Scarlet Witch is like, she's going through the reflections, so they're covering all like the puddles and shit, and she like crawls out of the thing. I like that a lot. Like, it
look kind of off to me, but
I kind of dig it because, you know, like every horror movie has a character that's like so for me, I was like, oh, it's like The Ring. You know?
That's what I thought too. Yeah. She's crawling out of the TV.
I like when she's like chasing
the gong. Whatever.
I like when she's chasing them and she's like covered in blood and the shadows are on her face and you just see red eyes. I thought that looked cool.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of cool stuff in the movie, but I don't think it flowed as well as I would have hoped.
If there was more free reign
for Sam Raimi to go ballistic,
to make it a little really more scary. Horrific, it probably could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't because it's a Marvel movie
Disney production. Yeah. But that being said, when Doctor Strange is dreamwalking into his own corpse,
I thought that was cool.
I really liked that. I could tell that they did some practical makeup, even though when he's talking, I feel like they definitely CGI'd the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he has, like, demons and shit flying out of him and around him. I thought that was cool. I like that a lot. He's all, like, contorting and twitchy and stuff.
Like, I knew it was going to happen from the moment that I learned about dreamwalking, I was like, yeah, okay, Chekhov's corpse, right?
Yeah.
They show in the first act, it's going to come up in the third.
Mm-hmm.
But something I didn't quite understand is, like, there were those ghosts that came out and they're like, we're going to stop you from doing this because it's illegal.
Yeah.
And then he just, like, stops them.
Yeah. It just overpowers them.
Okay. How?
Yeah, they didn't care.
Like, why did he do that to start? He needed motivation from...
the demons?
No, he went and talked to...
Christine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is really only there for that exact reason.
Yeah.
Also a very shallow character.
Yeah.
Everyone in this movie is quite shallow.
I think they do some stuff with Doctor Strange that I do like for, like, they ask if he's happy a lot, which is kind of interesting because I haven't really heard that in a superhero movie.
Yeah.
And because usually, like, superheroes are not happy. Like,
right.
if someone's like, hey, Spider-Man, are you happy? You'd be like, so, like, Doctor Strange. Yeah. So, like, them asking Doctor Strange, I was like...
My baby got replaced with a dead one? So, no.
Yeah, Green Goblin's always tormenting you? Like, I'm not happy.
He pretended to kill my aunt.
Yeah. Like, I think that was kind of interesting. And I do think that Christine and his relationship is better in this one than it was in the last one.
Yeah. I agree.
And I do like how at the end he moves on. You know, like he fixes the watch and then just puts it in a thing and then walks out. And when I was watching, I was like, why didn't he put it on? And then I was like, he's just, like, that's enough of Christine.
He's moving on, yeah.
He's moving on.
So
and
then
he
can be with Clea.
Clea, who shows up in the after credit scene. I was talking to Jason about it. You did not watch the Eternals.
No.
But her costume is very similar to the Eternals, which is just like a bland one-color costume with like a circle in the middle. Yeah, Marvel needs to figure out better costume ideas than one color and a circle.
I don't know how she dresses in the comics.
I mean, she dresses usually in like one color, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually purple. Clea's a cool character and is Doctor Strange's wife. I'm happy she's in the movie. Or movies. Again, it's just like too little of her for me to be like, wow!
Again, it's like every movie they make is just to set up another movie. And it's so exhausting.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to see Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know? Where it's like, yeah, they hint to the Avengers at the end. But it's a standalone film.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, the first Phase 1 movies is like just the movie, and then at the end it's like something next.
I love that.
That's how you do an after credits scene.
Yeah, fantastic.
But, like, and I understand they are building to a big multiverse fight. You know?
Sure.
I get it. But also, you don't need to rush to it. I feel like they're really, like...
pushing.
Because the Thanos stuff took 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? And it was like, they were setting up to it, but slower. And now they're like, alright, we're going to do this big multiverse fight in like a year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, maybe take your time. Maybe, like, chill out for a minute. Just have Doctor Strange do this one thing. Like, the multiverse...
just let him have a Doctor Strange adventure.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like I would have just liked a Doctor Strange adventure.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of like, it could have still been multiverse, you know? But, I don't know.
Like, if it was just the story where he goes to hell with Doctor Doom...
That would have been epic.
How awesome would that have been?
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
That's, like, my dream Doctor Strange movie. Yeah. That's what I want.
You could still have the Clea stuff at the end.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I just want to see cool wizard stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Movies make me sad.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not the worst Marvel movie.
No.
Because I find enjoyment in a lot of the stuff in it. As a Doctor Strange fan, and as a Sam Raimi fan, like, I see him trying to make it scary and trying to, like, push the boundaries a little. Because there is a lot of death.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not just, like, character dies off screen. Like, there's characters getting impaled and blown up and, like...
There's more death than most Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which is cool to see because it gets tiring to see everyone live. Yeah. Which is, like, sick and twisted, but it's true. Mm-hmm. It's like... And you know Doctor Strange is not gonna die.
Yeah, so you want someone to die.
No, I know, kind of.
Yeah, like,
you know?
Something with stakes.
Yes, exactly.
And even though, like, Mr. Fantastic died, and he'll probably come back, it won't be the same one.
Like, what are the stakes in this movie?
I mean, the multiverse is gonna die, I guess.
No.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No. The stakes are just, like...
stakes are just that Wanda gets her kids back.
I mean,
she takes over.
Well, now the stakes are incursions, but then again, that's setting up for something else,
right?
And doesn't really have anything
it's like
to do
setting up the stakes for another movie.
Yeah,
like, come on.
Mm-hmm. That movie's gonna have big stakes, but this one is just like a Wanda problem.
Yeah,
which in some ways is cool because it's just like a more down to earth. Like saying down to earth is like a stretch because it's not. But it's not like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I was gonna say it's a more like I can't even say scaled down version of like, I don't know. This movie's kind of confusing. Like, not the plot, but just, like, thinking about it afterwards. Like, what does it mean? Like, nothing.
It doesn't mean anything.
No. It means, like, wait till the next movie.
Yeah.
But I definitely recommend to see it, because there's cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
I was very excited for the movie, so I am a little disappointed. I think it could have used, like, 20 minutes more, but also 20 minutes less. Yeah.
I feel like they have the wrong things kept in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know they did like reshoots or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know what they took out, what they kept in. But yeah, it's not the worst. I don't even think it's in like my top 10 worst.
No, not at all.
No.
Because
it's still like visually there's some cool stuff. I do like Sam Raimi's directing. Like I was telling you in the car.
Yeah.
I like seeing his like zoom ins. Like, he always does that.
Yeah, he's got a lot of techniques that you could recognize as his...
Like, Sam Raimi's camera work is always just, like...
It's very neat.
It's very neat.
Yeah.
It's very nice to look at. Some of the CGI is good.
Some of it's not.
So, in the beginning of the movie, Doctor Strange fights this tentacle monster.
Yeah.
Who is Shuma Gorath in the comics, but in the movie, I don't even think they call him anything. But he's supposed to be Gargantos or something.
Okay.
In the comics, there's a big eyeball with a tentacle monster named Shuma Gorath.
Sure.
He looks just like how he did in the movie. The CGI for it's not great. Parts of it is good, but then other parts are like, oh. Like, I think from farther away it looks better, but then when you're, like, right up close, I don't know.
It looks like a CGI monster.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like when they stab it in the eye and the eyeball pops out, though.
I do, too. Yeah.
I like that. Like I said, there's a lot of cool stuff in the movie.
But it's just surrounded by stuff that's not.
That's a little silly.
Yeah.
And I don't even... Because, like, it's Doctor Strange, it's comics, everything's silly.
Right. Like...
But...
It's not a documentary. You know? Like, it's obviously it's not going to be realistic or... You know. Mm-hmm. But even within that, you could have characters and stakes and all that, you know?
Yeah.
Real storytelling
Like,
components.
I think it's a fun mess. You know,
like it's not a great movie,
no,
but it was enjoyable to watch.
Mm-hmm. Like,
I think part of that was watching it with you in the theater.
Like, I've seen it twice. I don't think I'll need to see it again in a long time.
Yeah, but I probably won't watch it again.
Yeah, like if I'm bored one night and just want to watch something like entertaining or see some cool like magic stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
I'll probably put this one on over the first one.
I would too. I didn't love the first one.
Neither did I. I think, you know, even though, like, I do think Wanda's motives are a little rushed in this movie, even though they had a show to set it up, I do think she's kind of a cool villain. Like, I wish they did a little more with her than just trying to get into, like, dreamwalk into her.
Yeah.
Her, like, if she did more magic and crazy stuff.
If they gave her, like, real reasons to be doing what she's doing, it could have been great.
I mean, like...
Because... Yeah. There are moments where she's like actually
genuinely
menacing
and like scary and creepy and stuff.
She seems powerful and it's like an actual threat. But at the end of the day, it's like she's trying to get into another dimension to
save her
be
kids.
A mom.
Yeah,
for her kids.
Like there's other
where she can just like
find a nice man,
different kids, or you know, like
I mean, I understand she loves those.
But not really.
But the thing is...
Okay.
Right? I'm going to say it, right?
Yeah,
there's like a 50% chance if she has kids with another guy, they might be those kids. Right? Because if she made them out of magic, then maybe she used a part of herself to make them.
Definitely,
So, like... Well, I guess the thing is...
They're Vision's kids or
well,
something?
No, I was going to say, if, like, she does meet a man, maybe she'll only have one. And not the other one.
So...
Well, I mean, that is better than nothing, I guess.
You can still have more than one.
Yeah. I feel like they should have made her more insane.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, like, she's crazy.
But
she's still kind of thinking... I'm not going to say logical because she's not. But I wish it was more off her shit. Even though she is like immediately like, I'm going to kill people and everything. I wish they did a better job conveying that, like, I don't want to say split personality to the point where she's like...
No.
But...
Because I don't think that would fit.
No.
But if it was, like, okay, at the end, right, the way they solve the issue is they send her, they make her look like a monster to her kids, right?
Yeah. I did kind of like that.
I did too. But...
I thought that was actually kind of like a powerful scene.
Wouldn't it play more into her, like, psychotic traits if she was like, I don't care, I'm gonna kidnap my kids, right? Like
actually, that kind of would have been better.
Yeah,
because even at the end, she's like, I have to close the book, so she's still like deep down a good guy. But
I don't want my villain to be a good guy.
I mean, I mean, like, she was a good guy, and now she's a villain, but still kind of a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, I think she needs to make the switch to full villain.
Yeah.
Kidnap the kids.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna be a villain, be a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the reason she's upset is because, like, the kids she made up in her mind are gone. That's like...
Well, no, they're not in her mind.
Kind of, though.
But
she made them up.
Well, yeah, but she magicked them into existence.
Same deal, man. It's like if someone deleted your save data in a game and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go destroy Cincinnati for this.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna go kill thousands of people.
Yeah.
And then at the end, she's like, I didn't hurt anybody. Yes, you
know,
did.
I think it's more like you build a Lego set and someone stomps on it in front of you.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
Because, honestly, maybe... You know what? I understand her. I changed my mind. Ben 10 out of Ben 10. That happened to me once. I built this awesome Lego RV, and my neighbor came over and smashed it on the ground, bro. Like, he didn't mean to. He grabbed it and dropped it
off a balcony.
Yeah, into Cincinnati. And I was like... I was ready to destroy the multiverse at that moment. So, like, I guess I understand. But I just wish there was a little more to get her to be more insane about it. Yeah. But then again, you know, it's a movie.
Like, if
you'll
she
have your own
stuck
opinion
to
about
her
it.
guns more.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I don't think Sam Raimi wrote the script.
Definitely. No, he didn't.
Definitely not.
I said in the credits.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I forget his name.
Oh.
Or their name. Someone else wrote it.
I kind of wish Sam Raimi wrote it.
Yeah.
Because then it'd be, like, more twisted and crazy, but also Marvel would nerf the script, probably.
It kind of felt like they were trying to make it like a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah.
While also keeping it a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
When those two things kind of
clashes, yeah.
Not to say that Sam Raimi has to stick to one style, but he does have, you know, he's an artist.
Yeah.
You know, he's got his
every
own
artist has their own style, and sometimes
yeah.
it doesn't blend with another.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad movie. You know, I don't think it's bad.
It's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
No.
By far, but
it's not my favorite superhero movie.
Yeah. I don't think it's great.
No.
But it's not bad. It's just kind of in between.
Yeah. I think watching it a second time made me enjoy it a little more.
Yeah. Because
I kind of knew it was going to happen, so I was just along for the ride this time. So maybe over time, after Marvel fucks up something else next, this one will be like, okay, cool.
That's what you want out of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fine
to enjoy
wine.
it in the future.
Yeah, like fine wine at a age to be really
not the
good.
first 7 times you see it. No. You want the 8th time to be the best one. Yeah.
As a comic fan, I am, first of all, shocked that they're going down the Wanda having her kids and losing them and being a villain route. Because, like, I never thought I'd ever see that. So part of me is like, I love this.
Yeah.
Because it's what I've been wanting to see. Because that's, like, my favorite Scarlet Witch, I guess, characterization or story.
Sure.
Or really just, like, her descent into madness and then her rise up to be a hero again. But the thing is, like she has to be a villain for a while in the movies, you know? Like, she can't just show up in the next one like, I'm gonna help. And everyone's like, okay. This is just, like, step 2 in her being evil. You know, you can't reverse it immediately.
Yeah.
Part of me kind of hopes. When she shows up next, she's like a crazy-looking demon. Because, like, at the end, she destroys the book, and she lifts up the thing and drops it down on itself. I kind of hope she's a little, like, fucked up. Like, a little scarred or a little crazier looking.
Wait, she's not dead?
I don't think so. No fucking way. Kevin Feige's already like, yeah, Scarlet Witch movie or something.
Yeah,
like
WandaVision 3. Season 4. Yeah.
I think those are like all my thoughts.
Freaks and Geeks, but it's Wanda.
Yeah. Yeah.
She becomes a deadhead.
Yeah. Yeah. Seth Rogen's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were saying this isn't in your top 10 least favorite Marvel movies?
Yeah. No.
What would be like your top 3?
Oh, top 3?
Favorite?
Okay.
Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to pick what the worst one is.
Yeah.
It's either Eternals or Thor 2. My top 3 are Eternals, Thor 2, and Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Those are my least favorite ones.
That's fair. I think those... I mean, I didn't see Eternals because I didn't care enough to go see it.
And I told you not to.
And you told me not to.
Let's watch it right now.
But the other two... we could.
Oh, God.
But the other two, I didn't enjoy watching.
Like, at least this movie is fun.
Yeah.
Like, there's cool stuff in it. There's nothing fun about Thor 2 or
I laughed
Captain Marvel.
a lot during this movie at parts that weren't... A lot of them weren't meant to be funny.
Yeah. But, like...
But it's still entertaining to watch.
It was... For me, it's very entertaining.
It wouldn't have been as entertaining if I was in the theater alone. Yeah.
Like, this is a cool movie to watch with, like, your friends.
Yeah.
And just, like, hang out.
Crack some
jokes.
The bald man's funny wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
some things don't translate as well.
No.
Like, me seeing it, I'm like, that's cool. But another part of me is like, that's a little silly.
It is.
But we got it. You know, like, yeah. I'm happy that it's there.
Yeah.
But I do hope whenever Professor X really shows up in the MCU, it's just a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I saw this once, I don't need to see it again. Yeah. But I am happy that they, you know, had that little wheelchair bed thing. Honestly, it looks hella comfortable. Like,
you're gonna get one.
Like, I hope, I mean, it's Marvel, so it's all CGI. But man, if they made that, like, in real life,
it looked pretty real.
It did look real.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy one, put wheels on it, and drive that shit around. It's pretty epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least this movie's fun, where, like, Eternals is not. Eternals is, like, 2.5 hours of, like, me.
So what would you rate Doctor Strange, Madness in the Multiverse of Madness? The Mom.
The Mom movie.
Yeah.
I'd rate it anywhere from a Clive 5 to, like, I'd give it a Clive 5.
Okay.
I was gonna say a Devin 7, but I think that's too much.
Yeah, I can agree with a Clive
Dick
5.
6, Rick 6.
Yeah.
Clive 5 or Rick 6. Yeah.
I'd go with a Clive 5.
Yeah.
Like, it was enjoyable, but not that interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parts of the movie feel like they want it to be more epic than it is. And, like, there's crazy things going on, but then again, there's not really a lot of stakes. Because when you just get to the bare bones of it, it's all about Wanda wanting kids, and that doesn't really affect anything except for, like, incursions, but then again, those aren't happening now. Well, Clea at the end is like, you started an incursion, but that's setting up something else. Yeah. You know, it didn't affect the main plot of this movie. It affects after the plot of the movie.
That's going on for the last 2 hours.
And I guess, like, her doing what she's doing is going to start an incursion, so that's why you stop her?
I guess.
But, whatever.
Yeah.
They're the Avengers, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. They're not going to lose.
Yeah. That's the problem. They're the Avengers. They're not going to lose. Like, and, like, we already saw them lose once in Infinity War, right? At the end, they lose, right? Whoa. Crazy.
Devastating.
How could that ever happen?
Yeah.
And then the next movie, they rise up and they haven't lost since. Like, they've had little losses, like Aunt May dying in Spider-Man or whatever. But the world's not going to explode. The universe isn't going to implode. And if it does, I mean, and if it does, they're going to fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, they are leading to Secret Wars, which is, like, kind of an epic, cool story. Also written by Jonathan Hickman. We'll talk about it one day. The multiverse collapses on itself. And Doctor Doom creates one singular planet concocted of all these planets and multiverses called Battle World. And Doctor Doom just rules over it.
That's awesome.
That's epic.
Yeah.
And, like, watching this movie, I am excited for that, because that also means Doctor Doom's coming.
But not even a hint to Doctor Doom.
I know. Come on.
Yeah.
But the idea that Reed Richards is around...
They could have introduced him in this movie. He's a wizard.
They were gonna have Deadpool in it.
Really?
Yeah. They were gonna have Deadpool and Superior Iron Man, who is Tom Cruise.
How is he superior?
In the
He's
comics,
like a foot shorter.
In the comics, there's a story called Superior Iron Man where he's just cooler.
Yeah.
He has a white suit. It's like a nanotech, but also kind of like a symbiotic nanotech, where like on him. But he's also more of a prick, so maybe Tom Cruise would be a great choice. I don't know. Yeah.
He's like 60.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. I think that'd be a great role for Tom Cruise. I'd love to see him do that. Because he was going to play Iron Man before Robert Downey Jr. Seeing Deadpool would have been cool, but it wouldn't have really added much.
Yeah.
Like, if that was the after credit scene, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. By the way, Bruce Campbell's in the movie.
I mean, of course he is.
It's Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish.
And it's gotta have zombies and Bruce Campbell.
I wish that, and I told you this in the car.
Yeah.
So in Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi, they mentioned Doctor Strange. I would have loved if Bruce Campbell in this movie played another Doctor Strange from the multiverse. That would have been awesome. But it's always great to see Bruce Campbell. He's such a charming man.
For an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have watched that movie. Just beating the shit out of him in the hot dog stand.
Mustard all over himself. Yeah.
Awesome. But I think those are all my thoughts about the movie.
Yeah, me too.
It's over.
It's over. One of these days we'll figure out how to end these.
I know.
Yeah. But until then, thank you for listening.
Go watch the movie.
If you want.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's cool.
You could go without it.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
Unless, I mean, you can go without it because you're going to need it for whatever's coming next.
Yeah. Or just don't watch what's coming next.
Or just
make Marvel fail for once.
Just watch DC. And hate it.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
Something in the way, man.
Something in the way.
Yeah.
Marvel. Just watch like the Batman and the prequel whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, join us next time when we have our own secret war, but you won't know anything about that.
Where we have our own kids and then get them erased.
Yeah.
And destroy the universe to find them.
Create an incursion.
Yes.
To get them back.
And get turned into shredded cheese.
Yeah. Making me hungry.
Brain stew and shredded cheese. Made a meal out of those guys.
Aren't those songs by Green Day?
Dun dun. Dun.